We've lost yet another vocal Trump critic in the media. MSNBC announced that it was going to be cutting Joy Reid's The ReidOut following program restructuring at CNN. So it was canceled. She's actually going to be leaving the network entirely as a result of it. And she's been there for 11 years. She's been hosting that particular show, The ReidOut, since 2020. And worse for her, she apparently didn't find out in the normal way that you would expect. It was an abrupt cancellation that blindsided both her and her staff. They found out from leaks to the media rather than from executives. Now, the president of MSNBC, Rebecca Cutler, says that Trump attacking Reid constantly had nothing to do with the decision to cancel it, which could be true, could not be true. I don't know. We've seen both MSNBC and CNN are kind of getting rid of their hosts who are the most openly critical. And by the way, that doesn't mean that we agree on everything. Just because we agree on Trump, I'm sure I disagree with Joy Reid on a lot of stuff. I disagree with some of the ways she's handled things, some of the things that she's gotten wrong. But that said, she was a big critic of Donald Trump, and now she's gonna be gone. It's gonna be replaced by a show hosted by Simone Sanders Townsend, Michael Steele, and Alicia Menendez, so there will still be programming there. But she's gonna be gone. Alex Wagner also is being removed from the nights of Rachel Maddow's show that she doesn't host, although she will still be with the network. So there's a lot of sort of shaking up going on. And I'll just remind everyone, I sort of alluded to it, but Jim Acosta lost his position. And so these are two people that Trump was very critical of, and he's now crowing about it. He bleated that she was a mentally obnoxious racist, one of the least talented people in television, blah, blah, MSDNC, blah, blah, blah. He's just complaining a ton. And so the people who are in the media that were big critics of Trump are losing their jobs. The people who are big boosters of Trump in the media are becoming like number 2 at the FBI, JR. And so very different world based on which side of that divide you're on.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, we'll see the reasons behind it or whatever they said was behind it, ratings or shakeups or whatever it is they want to do. We've seen how these corporations, especially corporate media corporations, look to try and just find new ways to make more money. So they probably don't care what people say. I mean, look, there's folks that are replacing her. I think those are the same hosts from the Weekend show. It was called The Weekend, I think, on MSNBC with Michael Steele and Simone Sanders and all those folks. Alicia Menendez, those folks coming on to take this slot. So I think at the same time, in replacing them with these folks, 2 black folks and another woman of color, was, at least we gotta dispel this thought that we're getting rid of a primetime black female host on the show. And we brought in others, so they're trying to probably deflect from that, but they're different than Joy Reid is. I'm not sure I never watched the show that specifically and directly to see what is I could agree or disagree on. I've seen some of the things she said and it seemed perfectly fine, but she was unapologetic about it. Maybe that's the problem. That's probably part of the problem. But so is Simone Sanders. Let's keep it real. She doesn't hold back too many things that she says either. So I think it's enough of a mixed bag that it doesn't allow anyone to have a direct, this is what it is and this is why they're doing it. It probably is, and most likely, but it kind of gives them that cover.
Well, and we'll see. We'll see if this show, maybe they'll attack him a lot. I'm sure Michael Steele has criticized him in the past, so maybe.
Vehemently.
But we also know that CNN had given their marching orders to lay off during the inauguration. Is it possible that the conditions for getting the show is that you will back off? This is based on nothing except the fact that they did tell their host to back off previously. So we'll see. Maybe they'll be super critical. I don't know, but it remains.
This is MSNBC. You said CNN.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's a good. No, that's a very important correction. Thank you for correcting.
No, so I didn't know if CNN got those marching orders. That's what I was wondering if that was.
It was CNN that got them. You're 100% right. So it's even more baseless for me to speculate about than it already was. So thank you for clarifying that. And by the way, look, they're gonna pitch it as like, they're gonna try to appeal to progressives or whatever. We'll see. Maybe they will. I mean, you got hours to fill. Like, Francesca goes to show. Give her. You wanna connect?
There's a weekend opening. That's the slot where the weekend, quote unquote, the show The Weekend, that's moving to Joy Reid's slot.
Yeah.
Someone needs to take that one. And Francesca Fiorentini needs to have the J&J panel on every Wednesday.
We'll see. One step at a time, JR. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?